Welcome everyone back to the universe mode. It's been a minute, but Will is finally back with me. How are you doing, Will?
Well, I am good. It's good to be back as we are kicking things off in a big way.
Making his way to the ring from Virginia, weighing in at 228 pounds.
So with some cowboy shit here on SmackDown, King of the Ring Round 2 action.
The semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament. Hangman Adam Page, an incredible performer, looking to lay claim to potentially going to SummerSlam and getting a shot at that Universal Championship.
But in order for him to do that, he's got to go through an old rival of his.
Lots of history between him and this man.
The Switchblade.
Switchblade Jay White, who defeated AJ Styles in the first round to advance, now faces another former member of the Bullet Club and Hangman Adam Page. A lot of Bullet Club matches we've been getting in this tournament.
Yep. Of course, the winner of this Jay White Hangman Adam Page match will face either the winner of Damian Priest versus Braun Strowman next week. So, tall task for whoever wins this matchup, Will. But both these guys have been in big match environments before. They know what they need to do.
They definitely do. That's why only one of them can advance in this tournament, because only the strongest survive. And not only that, but we also got the entire Raw field as well to get through.
Yeah, on the Raw side, this past Monday was Drew McIntyre and Penta that won their matches. They'll be meeting up this Monday night. The winner of that will face the winner of the SmackDown side of the bracket. As you see, both men are ready to go. I believe this is the third match in the series. Jay White does have the upper hand in their little saga.
That very much is true. Of course, Hangman, I believe only his second or third match, because I think his other match was in the U.S. title number one contenders gauntlet match we had a little while back.
Yep.
That was won by the Miz of all people.
Yeah, Miz beating Ludwig Kaiser last week. He's going to have a date with the ring general at some point. You see Jay White wrestles.
That is at Crown Jewel. I forgot to mention that.
Yep. As Jay White now is Hangman down to the mat.
Little bit of a battle for control between these two wrestlers in the opening going.
And Jay White now again with a headlock on the Hangman. Let's trying to put some pressure on here.
The experience of Jay White.
There's that shot by Hangman into a rolling forearm there. Or, well, not really, but kick it out. Well, 4-1.
Ooh.
Nice rebound lariat by Hangman. Here's a cover again. It's only a 1 count.
Well, like you said, the winner of this match has to advance to next week against either Damian Priest or Braun Strowman. So Hangman wants a quick night in the office to conserve his energy and save it for next week.
Yeah, because Priest and Strowman, they're going to be a tall task for either of these guys. The size advantage, the power advantage will definitely be in their court.
Exactly. So it all comes to a matter of athleticism and quickness.
Look at Hangman.
Oh. Case in point right there.
Misses his second rope attack, though. Jay White sends him into the corner. Tree of Woe position here. What?
Oh,
And Jay White's fired up here. Into the ropes, Hangman. Over.
whoa.
German suplex. And again, Hangman with the athletic ability. But Jay White,
Nobody.
look at this. Blade Runner
This could be it.
for Jay White to the finals. No. 2 count for the Switchblade.
We know both men. Oh, Jay White mocking the Universal Champion Roman Reigns with the taunt there.
Maybe sending a message. Ooh.
That was a bit of an awkward landing there.
Hangman's down. Maybe Jay White's going to take a count-out win here.
Hey, either way, even if you win by countout, you're still going to the finals.
Hangman's just maybe trying to plot a plan here on the outside. Jay White's right on top of him.
If it's a double countout, that will mean either Braun or Priest will get a bye in the tournament and go to Crown Jewel. Forgot to mention that.
Yeah, so sure, if you're Priest or Strowman, that's exactly what you would want. Hangman just continuing to show his athletic ability here.
You gotta love the performance of Hangman Adam Page. Wait a minute.
Pop-up powerbomb. Here's a cover.
There.
2 count for Hangman.
Back and forth between these two men. This is almost like a PLE level match in its own right.
Now, Hangman's got Jay White on the top rope. What is he?
Uh-oh.
Oh. Like a slam from the second rope.
Avalanche fallaway slam there.
Yeah. What is Hangman going for a spear? Oh no.
Oh.
Driving. Oh. Stack up by White. Trying to steal it. Hangman rolls through.
Anybody's game.
Hangman gets it.
Wow.
Here is your winner.
What a win.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is some cowboy shit. And now, Hangman Adam Page is one step closer to becoming king of the ring.
We will face either Damian Priest or Braun Strowman next week. What a way to get a victory for Hangman Adam Page.
Stealing one. Now we're going to switch over to the Queen of the Ring side of things.
Two former NXT Women's Champions going at it.
Yep. First, we got the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
Making her way to the ring, representing the Pure Fusion Collective from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
And Shayna Baszler with a convincing victory over Chris Statlander a week ago. Moving into this round, and Shayna Baszler is looking to find that mean streak again.
Well, that's the thing. She's definitely the dark horse in this tournament. So that win over Chris Statlander really opened a lot of eyes of the WWE Universe. A lot of people didn't believe that Shayna Baszler had that level of fight in her again, but Shayna Baszler has nothing to lose, everything to gain.
We'll see if her submission experience will come into play against the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky.
Of course, on paper, Io's got this in the bag due to accomplishments.
you got to think too, when you were talking about their NXT days, Shayna Baszler has beaten Io Sky a few times before.
That very much is true, but that was before we got this version of Io Sky. A lot has changed in the years since these two women have last met.
Make a very valid argument. Of course, lots of stuff still going on within Damage Control. Io has put that seemingly behind her as she's still moving forward in this tournament.
Well, that's the thing. Obviously, issues between Dakota Kai and Asuka. Kairi Sane getting a little bit in the mix as well.
Yeah, might end up finding hopefully a solution to that as we get this contest underway. Of course, Io's advantage will be her high flying on display, and then of course Shayna Baszler, the submission magician.
Also the strength advantage, former MMA fighter.
Part of the 4 horsewomen of the MMA.
Ooh.
And now Io dropping Shayna to the outside. Io trying to get the crowd behind her here. Drop kick to the outside from the top.
That was almost a chaotic landing for Io.
A run and knee strike right to the face, and Io so far looking pretty good in this one.
Well, like you said, she's got the high flying advantage.
And now putting those knees right to the midsection. Ref at a count of 5. Look at Io again. Moonsault to the outside. Springboard.
Amazing maneuver there by Io. Both women have got to be mindful of the referee's count, though.
And both seem to be aware as they get back in.
Yeah, because you don't want either Bailey or Toni Storm getting a bye in the tournament.
Oh, Io, I think a little underestimated that.
Well, definitely, but sometimes geniuses miss. Oh.
Nice double knees right to the face. Man, Baszler is yet to get any offense in here, really. Oh, and as soon as I say that.
Focusing.
And now these two trading some blows here, middle of the ring.
Shayna Baszler really needs a miracle if she wants to advance in this tournament and advance to the SmackDown finals.
So far, she seems to have the upper hand here in this exchange with Io.
Oh, here we go.
Nice shot there to the midsection by Shayna.
This is why you don't go fist to cuffs with an MMA fighter.
And now, Shayna is taking control of this match. Io might be in trouble here. And down goes Io. Here's a cover.
Could be it.
And Io gets the shoulder at 2.
Shayna Baszler is a pure definition of you never bet against the underdog.
And it looks like Shayna might be wanting to put this one away.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but Io, she slips through.
Probably going for that Kirifuda clutch.
Maybe. But now Io's got Shayna on the top rope.
We've seen this before.
Oh boy. Top rope. Spanish fly by the genius of the sky.
That looks devastating.
I couldn't agree more with this crowd as Io to the top. Once again. With the moon. No! Baszler out of the way.
Baszler knew if that was connected.
Both of these women have done their homework, clearly. Having their moves
Nope.
scouted. Another 2 for Baszler.
Back and forth between these two. This is a very good battle here on
Uh-oh,
SmackDown.
Baszler might have her here. Yep, Karafuda clutches in.
Got it this time.
Oh, but Io trying to
Middle
fight
of
out. Io gets out. Surviving for now. Io now. Submission of her own.
Oh, look at this.
And Io
Baszler
taps
fighting.
Baszler out.
Io Sky advances to the semifinals.
The genius of the sky taps out the MMA fighter and now finds herself in possibly a good spot to getting back to the top of the women's division.
What a victory for Io Sky. She will meet either her former leader Bailey or timeless Toni Storm.
And what a match that'll be. Whatever happens coming out of that. And to my understanding, Will, to have a little bit of a break between the action, Mox is coming out. He, I guess he heard Roman's comments last week accepting his challenge.
Yeah, Moxley coming out now to address the fans once again. I heard everything Roman Reigns had to say last week, but I don't want to wait until Crown Jewel. Roman, I know you're listening to this, and I know you're in the building tonight, but how about you say those things face to face with me, and I swear to you, at Crown Jewel, I will take that WWE champ.
Oh, ask and you shall receive.
There's Roman Reigns. Mox, you think you could just waltz back in here and try to take my place at the head of the table after I've been carrying this company for the past decade? The fact you were even welcomed back into this place with open arms is shocking to me. But I will embarrass you just like I did at Backlash, and you can go back to Jacksonville where you belong. How about we fight right now?
Oh, what the?
What?
So is this happening?
Pause it.
Oh. We're gonna have to cut that out.
I'm gonna speak as the SmackDown general manager right here.
All right.
3, 2, 1. We are not gonna have this match right now. Roman, Mox, you will face off in that Texas death match at Crown Jewel. We're not gonna have this here on SmackDown with zero publicity, because otherwise we'd have to cut the match out entirely. But here's what we're gonna do. It'll be a trios match. Next week on Friday Night SmackDown. Roman, you find yourself 2 partners. Mox, you find yourself 2 partners. And in the main event of next week's SmackDown, it will be a 6-man tag team match. Team Roman, Team Mox. Winner gets momentum towards Crown Jewel.
I like the sounds of that. I'm sure the crowd does too. Well, what a blockbuster announcement by our GM. Some trios action
Roman
next week.
Yeah, Roman and Mox didn't want to wait. We were almost going to get the match on free TV.
Well, good thing it was stopped. As here we go, our second, well, semifinal, at least on the SmackDown side.
The following
That's one big son of a bitch.
making his way to the ring from Sherricksburg, North Carolina, weighing in at 385 pounds, Brock
And Will, there is a little bit of history to be had here, because if you remember all those episodes ago, uh, I think like the third episode or whatever of SmackDown, these two actually teamed together in a tag match against Gunther and
Yeah,
Ludwig Kaiser.
yeah, that was back when Damian Priest was in the U.S. Championship picture. But of course, friendship has to be thrown out the window in this tournament, especially if both men want to go back to the top of the mountain in WWE.
Of course, Hangman Adam Page waiting the winner of this matchup. I'm sure if you're Hangman, I'm sure you wouldn't be mad if both these guys get counted out in this one.
Well, yeah, I'm sure Hangman wouldn't mind a bye in this tournament right about now because both of these men
From New
are
York
absolute
City,
Goliaths.
weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian Priest.
But we'll see. Of course, Damian Priest, he's been pretty good for him. He's done pretty well here in WWE. I mean, a lot
Yeah,
of people
former world.
viewed him as an underdog.
Well, I mean, you look at Braun Strowman, you could basically think that Damian Priest a lot of recent success, especially here when we started this series, the first ever United States champion in the universe mode when it began. But of course, Damian, a two-time overall United States champion, former tag team champion, former world champion as well.
Yeah. Senior Money in the Bank as well, lest we forget.
That very much is true. I mean, Damian Priest has accomplished a lot. Ring of Honor television champion as well.
Sounds like the crowd is slightly in favor of the monster among monsters in this one.
Well, why wouldn't they? They want to see Braun Strowman back in the top of the mountain. It's been so many years since he's been there.
Yeah. A lot of people might view Strowman's world title win as undeserving, given like the circumstances of COVID, and I mean his reign. Some people may view as a bit one-sided with the whole Bray Wyatt thing, kind of trapped there. They want to see Braun maybe face other challengers.
Well, especially with how stacked the SmackDown roster is, the world-class talents that we have on the roster. A lot of dream matches for Braun Strowman here on the Blue brand.
Exactly. Damian Priest has never held the undisputed WWE title, but I'm sure he would love to be El Campeon once again.
That's the thing with Braun Strowman's history with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Strowman was one of the earlier defenses of Roman's historic title reign.
Damian Priest would love to get an excuse to get in the ring with the Tribal Chief. A few minor interactions, but not anything that really led anywhere.
Yeah, when the Judgment Day and the Bloodline in those early years. As now, yeah, Priest in control of Strowman. A little surprising. I think Braun may have a bit of a slighter advantage.
Well, Damian Priest, he's going to need to take advantage of his quickness. And you got to think, how the hell would Damian Priest be able to get Braun Strowman up for potentially the South of Heaven chokeslam there?
I mean, we've seen incredible feats of strength before. I wouldn't put it past Priest. Oh. That's what we saw in the Hangman match.
Yeah.
Priest tried to steal one. And now Strowman had Priest up. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You don't want to see a big man like Braun on the top rope.
Hey, at least he's waiting for Damian to get back to his feet. That would have been a splash. It would have been over.
Oh, probably. Yeah, we might not even see Damian Priest for a while. He might need to get scooped up from the mat afterwards. As Strowman just
And now
tossing him.
Strowman throwing Priest around like a rag doll, but Priest trying to get back in this.
Look at that, the power. A little bit
There we
of it.
go. And that's the thing as well. Damian Priest's world title win as well was courtesy of a Money in the Bank cash-in. A lot like how fans might want Braun Strowman to earn this title win. You say the same for Damian Priest. Earn a world title win from the ground up.
And some people even look at Priest's run as maybe a little fluky. I mean, he was telling the Judgment Day brothers that he was with before to stay back, and they mostly got involved in his matches.
So these are two men looking for redemption.
Oh, here we go, Razor's Edge. Paying homage to the bad guy. Cover. Hooks the leg. Oh, almost got him.
That was a near fall for Damian Priest. Almost earned a date with Adam Page next week.
And now it's Priest going to the top rope. Might be a little bit far. Oh, never mind. Cover here. And Priest. So SmackDown has their final two set. It'll be the Archer versus the Cowboy.
A match made in heaven or hell, depending on your point of view, but it's going to be one hell of a fight. Damian Priest, Hangman Adam Page, winner goes to Crown Jewel.
It's going to be a fun match. And now, some Queen of the Ring action.
See who will face Io Sky next week. Here comes her former leader, Bayley.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from San Jose, California, Bayley.
And there's a chance we could see Io versus Bayley part 2 if Bayley can win this one.
Yeah, of course, Bayley, first ever women's Grand Slam champion, even though I think with the creation of the U.S. and Intercontinental titles, that's kind of defunct, but Bayley still accomplished a lot here in WWE, and one thing she hasn't done is become Queen of the Ring.
She was on the receiving end of a Queen of the Ring winner, though, and Nia Jax beat her for the women's title after she won Queen of the Ring, but now we'll see if Bayley can maybe do that. As now it is timeless.
And her opponent from Gold Coast, Australia.
Timeless Toni Storm returning to WWE after a very successful run in Jacksonville, and she has brought that success over to WWE. We could very well get the Timeless one representing SmackDown in the Queen of the Ring final.
Toni versus Io is a match I don't think we've seen yet, so it'd be very interesting if Toni were to beat Bayley here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we didn't get to see that match, but Toni Storm coming back here to have those matches that we didn't get to have in her last run.
Of course, Toni was a part of that triple threat during the inaugural SmackDown with Roxanne Perez and Lyra Valkyria for the women's title, but of course was on the short end of the stick in that match. Of course, now the champion is Rhea Ripley, which we haven't seen her since she won the title at Backlash, so I'm sure she's keeping a very close eye on this tournament.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because we're going to want to survey the competition here in the SmackDown Women's Division. It could very well be either one of those two.
I mean, don't forget too, in Io versus Rhea matches, Rhea's yet to beat Io. So if Io were to win this tournament, that might be a challenge for our champion.
That very much is true. Obviously, Rhea and Tony have a bit of history. Same with Bayley. Rhea has history with almost everybody remaining in this tournament.
Yeah. Clean break here by the ref. These two women. Tony sending Bayley face first into the turnbuckle.
A lot of people seem to forget that Tony Storm's a former NXT UK Women's Champion who beat Rhea Ripley to win that belt.
That's right. Tony.
Well, obviously, this is a different Tony Storm.
Yeah. More. She's had quite a few roles, I've heard, during her Jacksonville days before coming back here.
Ooh, nice clothesline there from Bayley. Of course, Timeless has earned Tony a lot of her success, though.
Yep. Has had incredible feuds. The likes of Mariah May, now Blake Monroe, who is over on the Raw brand. Maybe we'll see those two cross paths eventually again.
Bayley knows what it's like a lot more, though, to be in those big matches, be in those tough situations. She won a Royal Rumble match at number 3, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, it was number 3. She's even won Money in the Bank, so Bayley's won some dangerous matches, or high risk, great reward type matches.
Also an Elimination Chamber match winner, but that was in a tag team one, but I don't know if you want to count that, but either way.
I mean, it's still an Elimination Chamber. I'd say I would count. That structure is pretty dangerous in its own right.
So here we go.
These two ladies trading blows here.
The heart and soul of AEW versus what a lot of people would say would be the heart and soul of WWE.
So far, I'd say pretty evenly matched. Bayley reversing. And down goes Tony.
Bayley knows what lies ahead next week.
A rerun with her old pal Io Sky as a submission on Tony is locked in.
Great way to trap the body, but Tony able to fight out of it easily.
And down goes Bayley. Sidewalk slam. Tony. Oh, Bayley slips out.
Try to go for an Alabama slam of sorts.
Bayley's got her. Rose plant.
He's got her.
Tony's down. Bayley got her.
Wow.
Here is your winner, Bayley.
So with that, it's going to be Io versus Bayley, part 2 on SmackDown next week.
Where the winner will go to Crown Jewel to represent SmackDown in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. I couldn't ask for a better match to have next week.
It's going to be quite the match.
Especially with the whole damage control saga that seemed to be going on.
Pretty fitting then in that regard. And, well, our main event for the second week in a row. Our general manager, Will, has done it again. After the controversy that was last week, the Usos get another shot at the tag team titles.
Is a tornado tag team match and is for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers. First, from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds. Main event, Jey Uso.
I mean, I'd argue the last week's encounter between these two teams was a very controversial outcome with the referee's 10 count. But this time we don't got to worry about that, as the crowd is
No.
hyped to see main event Jey Uso.
Oh, of course they are. But, of course, Tornado Tag Team rules. Obviously, all 4 men will be legal. 1 fall to a finish. We will have a definitive winner. No countouts, no disqualifications. Just to see who the better team is and who deserves to call themselves the tag team champions. We know Jey Uso very early on here in Universe Mode suffered an unfortunate concussion that got him out of action for a couple of weeks.
But now him and his brother Jimmy Uso are looking to win some tag team gold, and you got to think too, based on our general manager's announcement earlier, what if it's the Usos that are Roman's tag partners next week and they win the gold here? Some huge momentum.
Weighing in at 251 pounds, Jimmy Uso.
Not only that, but all 3 of those men, Roman, Jay, and Jimmy, would all have gold, a lot similar to how it was back in 2022. We could get some bloodline dominance once again.
I mean, it's right before Crown Jewel too, so I wouldn't be getting my hopes up right away. Especially if Roman were to somehow lose that belt to Mox. But it would be a great moment, at least for the time we get it. But it also depends on the outcome of this.
Well, I mean, remember when Solo Sikoa was North American champion for a week and had to vacate it?
Yep.
So nothing new between the bloodline.
As here comes the top guys.
At least the top guys for the time being.
Of 446 pounds, the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Tough Guy.
I mean, and they also like to call themselves the Legend Killers as well. Maybe some gimmick infringement if you ask me, but these guys are the real deal. This is a no-nonsense tag team in FTR.
Well, yeah, they returned to WWE their first night back. They won those tag team titles. They held them proudly ever since. Great tag team title defense against the Young Bucks at Backlash. And a controversial one last week, but now they'll get to really prove that they are better than the Usos.
Well, we'll see if that stands true here in our main event. As you see those beautiful tag team championship belts. And that's what it's all about right there, folks.
No excuses, no controversy. 2 teams looking to do battle.
And here we go again. FTR and the Usos, 2 teams that people would consider to be the greatest tag teams of this generation.
Arguably 2 of the greatest tag teams of all time, but that'd be a little early to tell.
As you see Dax there missing the knee. Cash going to work on Jimmy.
Ordered by Jay.
And Jay lighting him up. And a super kick might be a preview of things to come for the Usos. Well known for their super kicks.
Yeah, get your counters ready. That was 1. Oh.
Dax dropping the leg now. Cash going to work on main event Jay. As all 4 men outside.
Look at this by Cash. Electric chair. As the shadows are kind of fucked.
Yeah, not sure why that is. But right now, FTR in complete control. And you see the ref in the ring. The pin or submission has to take place in the ring. These guys can fight out here all they want. But
they could go all night, but it would have to end when a pinfall or submission happens in the ring.
right now, FTR taking to the Usos. Jay trying to fight back here.
Well, especially Jay, especially recovering from that concussion. They know Jay could be a little bit weak.
I mean, he did suffer a loss to Kevin Owens in his first match back as well. So maybe that was a bit of ring rust, but he's kind of getting back into the rhythm, I think.
Great strategy by FTR. They've been doing this 2-on-1 strategy. Now they're picking their man.
Yeah, going after them on each side of the ring as Jay's got a kendo stick outside. Running into Cash.
Oh, Jay trying to defend his brother.
But maybe ran into FTR's trap 2-on-1 again. And now it's Jimmy.
Now Jimmy's trying to defend Jay. Doesn't realize Cash is closing in behind.
Like you said, FTR's strategy is still working out for him.
They know the bond between the Usos.
The Usos have also had a fractured relationship over the years.
It used to be rekindled, but
But all four men back in, and down goes Jay. Covered by Cash.
Oh, shoulders down, kick out.
He's getting there to retain in the titles.
And Dax and Jimmy have got to be careful because the pinfall could happen at every moment.
Face first goes Dax off the apron outside. Hardest part of the ring. So now Jimmy's grabbed a kendo stick outside.
Cash doing good work on main event Jay.
So far, the Usos and FTR are about evenly matched. As now Dax brings Jimmy back in.
The FTR have clearly done their homework.
Super kick by Jay on Cash. Another one.
That's 3.
Cash goes to the outside as Jay goes to work on Dax.
Vicious shots by Jay. Oh, bit of a collision there between Jimmy and Cash.
Now 2-on-1 from the Usos this time. Down goes Cash. Cover to win the championships. Usos almost got it. 2 count for Jay. Uh-oh. Jay to the top.
Oh.
Jimmy takes care of Dax. Uso splash.
This is
New
incredible.
champions. Oh, but Dax stopped the referee.
That was an incredible strategy.
Oh, but
by
look at
Cash
this.
Harwood.
Jay tried to cover him afterwards, but still kicked out.
The Usos had the match won.
Uh-oh. Dax to the outside again.
We're going to get flying Usos. Maybe
Oh.
not.
And it
Oh.
looks like his brother kind of got in the way. Super kick on Cash. Look at Jimmy. Over the top to the outside.
Trying to go for another super kick.
Cash backbreaker on Jay. What a clinic between these two teams. 2 count.
I still can't believe how Dax Harwood was able to get the save just by colliding into the referee, stopping the count.
And barely saving the match for FTR. Saving those tag team titles. That right there is awesome teamwork as a code breaker by Cash.
Oh, Cash collapsed though.
Might have
Took
cost
a
him some
cover.
time. And a kick out by Jimmy at 2 somehow.
It's the perseverance of the Usos that has earned them so much success. Longest title run in WWE history, at least in tag team competition.
Oh, but Dax out to meet Jimmy is now a sharpshooter by Cash in the ring. No rope breaks to help Jay.
No disqualification.
Oh. Dax got... And another code breaker on Jimmy. Both men are down. Powerbomb by Dax. Bodies are everywhere. Cover again by Cash. And FTR retain.
Wow.
What a car crash.
What a-
Here are your winners, and still WWE Tag
That was incredible.
Team Champions, the Tough Guys.
What a hard-fought win for these two. Credit where credit is due to both teams. What a showing that was.
Yeah, as FTR retained those tag team titles, proving that they are the best team in the world. And now the question is, who could be next for FTR?
I guess we'll find out the answer to that question soon enough. And, well, that's it for SmackDown. Thank you all for coming on out. Great getting back to this with Will. And, well, we got Crown Jewel coming up. We got a Raw and a SmackDown to go. So until then, we'll see you all next time.